Hey UTV Boondockers, so in today's episode, I'm excited to review the Kemimoto 25-inch speaker bar. This guy right here. All aluminum, it's gonna sound excellent. So stay tuned for this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna unbox it, show you all that, how it's packaged, and then we're gonna go through an install, and then we're gonna see how it sounds. Stay tuned. I wanna cover one small piece. The IP rating. So this speaker that we're going to review today is an IP65, but what does that mean? Now, of course, you can Google it and figure it out. That's kind of what I did. But the IP stands for ingress protection, basically anything coming into it. And then when you get into the 60 something, the 6 denotes that it's dust proof. When you talk about IP65, 66, 67, and 68, those are the 4 ones you're looking for dust and waterproof. 65 means it can get wet. You can hose it down, it can be out in the rain, no problem, but I wouldn't power wash it. IP66 is tested up to 150 PSI, so you can power wash that thing, right? Of course, I wouldn't hold it on anything, but you could. When you get into IP67 and 68, those are the ones that can be submerged completely in water. 67 goes in the lab for 30 minutes, and 68 varies by manufacturer, but it can go a lot longer. So most of your things that are completely submerged are IP68. Hopefully that's helpful for you. So there you go. Now let's get to this unboxing and let's get to the install. So now that we've unboxed it, what do you get with it? You definitely get the speaker, as you can see. It's aluminum. It's pretty heavy. It's probably going to sound incredible. 6 speakers, 2 larger ones on this side, 2 larger ones on this side, and a couple tweeters on the outside end. This all lights up. We're going to test that out in a bit as well. There's also a chase light in the back, right there. We'll be testing that out. That's actually a really cool feature, so folks behind you can see you. It's kind of nice. It does obviously come with a book. This is the 25-inch model. Comes with a remote. Buttons feel pretty decent. I will say the buttons on the front here, these feel really nice. Got a nice cover over them. So it's Kemimoto. That's kind of what we expect. They have good quality stuff. Starting on the left right here, here's your mounts. These are probably aluminum. And they will fit anywhere from 1 1/4 inch bars up to 2 inch bars. So you've got these 2 smaller screws right here. These guys will mount through this hole and then into these various hole mounts. So you're gonna measure it out, figure out where you want to put it in your rig, put those in there. I would suggest putting a little blue Loctite, not red, but that's up to you. You get 4 longer screws if you're up to a 2 inch bar, and of course these shorter ones if you're doing 1 1/4-ish. Lots of lock washers to go with that. And then you get these rubber pieces. Now these are just to wrap around here to protect your bar so it doesn't get scratched. Now they're not sticky, so you're gonna have to put them in there and, you know, fiddle with that until you get them in there. They give you an Allen wrench. I would suggest using a socket if possible. It's much easier. Over here on the power side, they give you a pretty good power cord. It's a little over 6 foot long. It's actually 82 inches from the base all the way to the very end. There's a power line right in here, and it's a fusible, replaceable fuse in there. Along with this, you unscrew this tip where it's knurled a little bit there. They give you a couple fuses. These aren't super common for a lot of people to have, so it's good that they gave them to you in case you lose power for whatever reason. So you can plug this directly into a 12-volt outlet, or you can plug it into here and then run it into a power supply if you wanted to permanently power it. These other options, it's a 3.5 millimeter, like a headphone jack for alternate auxiliary input. And then they give you a USB here with a cover on it in case you put your songs on a little USB stick. You can do that as well for an additional input. I suspect these are probably just going to be zip tied off. And we're going to cover the install, see how it sounds, check out all the cool features. So stay tuned, all that's coming. All right, the first step you're going to do is you're going to hold this thing up and kind of figure out where you want your mounts. Where I chose, these outside mounts made the most sense to me. Now, when I went to put this in, at first I tried to seat the smaller screw in fully, and it didn't fully seat. So the screw only goes down and it stops. So what I did is I put 3 washers on there, 3 of these lock washers. After I did 3 lock washers, it seemed to be the sweet spot. I was able to tighten this down and square it up here, and it's pretty tight. Again, put a little blue Loctite on there if this is your permanent mount. It's kind of nice so it doesn't vibrate loose. And then this little rubber piece just slips right in there like that. Now it's not going to stick. You could put a little glue on there if you wanted to, but I think it'll be fine, because the next step is, once we get the other side in, we're going to take this over there and start the installation. Put this on, run the 2 screws in depending on the thickness of your bar. So let's get to that part. Now, this is for your entertainment. It's best to get a friend to help you, but instead you can watch me struggle to put this in by myself, because this thing's kind of heavy. Well, I wasn't joking when I said it was kind of heavy. So let's try it. Okay, we'll hold it there. Get one of these, the other one, and of course the screws. Now you can all laugh when one of them falls down, and it will, I'm sure of it. Align the little rubber thing. Okay. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Get it started. Do the other one. Are you not entertained? I know I am. All right, it bit a little bit. Let's do this one. I'm just getting them a few bites in. Then I'll figure out where I want it. And then I still have to fit these little rubber things in the top half. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Just lift, shove it in there. Good times. And now I'm going to use this and get it tight. Found a much easier way to do it. 5mm hex. You just tip it this way. Now your machine might be a lot easier than this. The Polaris General with the roof on it is a little limited with the space. So that's what we got. This is a heck of a lot easier and faster. I'm just evenly tightening this up till I get a decent bite, and then it's back to the Allen wrench. Oh, look at that, it's actually holding. Oh. Now, once you get it installed, it's actually pretty simple. That's just kind of a pain to get it going. Just snug it up. Like I said, you don't need beast mode. Snug it up enough, evenly on each side, go back and forth, just until it doesn't move, you know, when you're comfortable with it. If you can't wiggle it, it should be pretty good. You know, it's got the rubber pads in there to help the grip as well. So as far as the power, I'm going to run this down because I have a 12-volt power supply in my center console. I'm going to run it right down that way, and I'll probably end up just zip tying it to my bar in the back and just hide the wire. But I don't really like all these wires flopping, so I have this loom. I love this stuff. It looks kind of braided. It's a plastic, and you pull it apart like this, and you shove stuff in there. It's fantastic. Fantastic braid. I really, really like it. They come in different sizes. Again, I'll have a link to that in the description, and of course, for the speaker bar, that'll also be in the description. Now, they gave me a discount code too. I think it's for a somewhat limited time, but hopefully you can take advantage of that. And see, I'm just feeding this in, and it overlaps over itself. I'm telling you, this is great for any kind of wiring that you're doing. Anything. Love it. So that one might be a little big, but well, that's okay. I didn't grab the biggest size for this particular job, but so you just run it through, you get the idea, and then you can go ahead and run it up here, zip tie it, run it on down, and so on. So I'm going to finish this a little bit up. As you can see, it's quite easy. I'll plug it in, and then we're going to go listen to this and see how it sounds. All right, time to wrap up the video. Hopefully you've liked what you've seen. Click like if this has been helpful for you. So let me give you my honest opinion about this. It sounds great. Probably one of the best sound bars I have heard yet. The lights, they're awesome. You get a lot of different modes. It's very, very bright, very loud, easy to install. Overall, high rating. Would definitely recommend it. Now, let's talk about some of the things I don't love about it. I don't love that you can't control the lights from the speaker itself. So if you turn it on and it's really, really bright and it's at night, I mean, it will reflect off of your windshield and everything. You can't turn it off unless you have the controller. Not a big deal. The controller, you can actually turn it down. The lights, you can change the mode. You can turn them off all the way. All those things are done via the remote. Not a big deal, but you get bounced around if you lose it or something. That could be a pain. So I don't like that you can't control the light from the actual speaker itself. But honestly, that's probably the only complaint I could possibly have. Everything else is fantastic. Highly recommend it. So you be the judge. I hope this has helped you out. If it has, again, please click that like button and consider subscribing. We do a lot of these videos. I've done some other speaker bar reviews in the past. Take a look at them. And if you're interested, we have some merch on our site here. We have shirts, cool designs, a few others. Working on a couple more here to get some cool stuff out there. So check out the store, stay tuned, and thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.